Hello, everybody. This is Shambhavi from Jaya Kula, a nonprofit organization in Portland, Oregon. Happy Diwali. Today I'm going to read a message from the Board of Jaya Kula about the circumstances in Palestine. The Board of Jaya Kula, with open and tender hearts, stands with Palestine, stands with the people of Palestine, and stands with the allies of Palestine everywhere. Our spiritual traditions are householder traditions. They recognize ordinary life as an extraordinary field of dharma and an opportunity to realize. What can we realize and what can we do in the face of the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people and the intensification of the destruction and theft of their homes and land? Our traditions give pride of place to the heart and the unfettered wisdom that flows from the heart. The wisdom of the heart can be found in any circumstance, even in terrible circumstances such as this. How can we find wisdom and support freedom here? We see in this horrific genocide and forced displacement of people living in a colonized land, of people living under a brutal apartheid regime, an opportunity for the people of the world to learn our real histories, to see more clearly, to act together, and to become more free. The hearts of millions upon millions of people all over the globe are breaking for the Palestinian people. We also mourn the Israelis who have lost their lives, some of whom were peace activists. And millions of us, including many people of Jewish ancestry from Israel and elsewhere, are standing up to say, never again means never again for anyone. We urge you to speak out. We urge you to name what needs to be named. We urge you to learn the real history of Palestinians under Israeli occupation. We urge you not to look away. We urge you to join together and to take any action you are able to stop this genocide, not just for Palestine, but for all of us. We urge you to come together to chant, do ritual, sing, and pray. The spiraling of our elected officials into deep contempt for honesty, for the well-being of the people they serve, and for the wellsprings of life terrifies many of us. We see the wages of settler colonialism and capitalism reflected in their murderous actions and inactions. An insanity of the heart seems to be emerging at the end of millennia of territorialism, subjugation, and greed. The mass destruction of animals, plant life, waters, and lands has cast a pall of grief over our lives. Our mental and physical health are suffering, and now we are collectively experiencing the daily spectacle of state-approved genocide, paid for largely with our labor. In the midst of all of this, a feeling of solidarity and a will to change is emerging more strongly across the globe. We, the Board of Jaya Kula, join the global call for an immediate ceasefire, for the restoration of humanitarian aid to Gaza, for world governments to stop funding genocide and apartheid, and for a free Palestine. Muslims and people of Arab and Jewish descent are particularly vulnerable to attacks at this time. We urge everyone to protect each other and speak out against racism in any form. But we also know that simply redrawing states and nations is not going to keep racism and genocide from happening, whether it be against Palestinians or other peoples. Human beings have perpetrated so many genocides, and in our world today, multiple genocides are ongoing, and multiple populations are at risk of experiencing genocide. If we want a loving, free future on a planet where every life is valued and cared for tenderly, we cannot just shuffle the pieces and rearrange the same old game board and expect a different result. Now is the time for radical revisions, for boldness, for following the deeper promptings of the heart, and moving to create a more just and loving world based on principles of care. With the view of our traditions in mind, we stand for worshipful cultures, not theocratic states. We stand for connection, cooperation, and cosmopolitanism, not colonization and capitalism. We stand for the gentleness and generosity of sustaining life rather than for cruel regimes of endless growth. We stand for community care and shared rituals. We stand for unconditional hospitality and belonging. We stand for the celebration of diversity. We stand for a borderless world. Our vision is for the long term. Holding this vision, we practice painstakingly over time to embody it through our spiritual lives, in our everyday relations, and within whatever communities we find ourselves. If your heart is breaking, know that it might be breaking open. Coming together to powerfully advocate for the lives and well-being of Palestinians, we can embody new possibilities for all of us now and in the future. We send you much love and respect.